Today on Fresno State Focus, we see how you can help save a life in between classes.
Plus, we take you on last weekend's tour of campus and TV studio with potential future Bulldogs who are deciding if they'll make this university their home.
And it's all about the Frenchies. We see how one family turned their puppy love into a business. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello, and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Cameron Butler.
And I'm Abraham Montaño.
The Central California Blood Center is on campus helping students donate blood. You can find the blood mobile in the Memorial Gardens next to the bookstore and in front of the residence dining hall. This opportunity allows students to be able to make a difference in their community.
And so students are able to come out, donate blood, just really save someone's life by donating the precious gift of blood. One donation can save up to 3 people's lives.
Students are able to spin the wheel for some fun prizes when they donate blood. The blood drive will be on campus until 6 tonight.
ASI recently held elections for a new president. Current Executive Vice President Karen Carrillo ran against Sammy Will and won. Carrillo's win is just the beginning of what she plans to do. She's already looking to get to work on her first initiative as ASI president, getting students affordable food. Carrillo gave a powerful message on why food insecurity is something she's passionate about. We'll take a closer look on that after spring break.
Several thousand future Bulldogs spent time on campus during Saturday's New Bulldog Visit Day. Students and their families were encouraged to meet with advisors, instructors, and current students at various booths and tables. There was also an area for clubs and groups to introduce new Bulldogs to the campus community and college life.
And it's been an incredible experience. I've learned all sorts of things, met some incredible people in the mass communications and journalism program, and I've absolutely loved every minute of this so far. I'm excited to possibly transfer in the fall, and it's been a great day.
Students who stopped by the media communications and journalism table were able to meet department instructors Jim Boren, Faith Sidlow, and Kim Stevens. Another big draw was the open house held here in our TV studio. Along with music, food, and Bulldog item giveaways, future students had the opportunity to accept their admission on the spot.
The Department of Music hosted a guest artist recital and the masterclass at the Fresno State Concert Hall on March 26 at 7:30. Kristen Bergs, a senior music major, was one of many students who performed and received the advice and tips from an award-winning musician.
I gave it my all. I came into it with, all my positive energy, hoping for the best. I really wanted to grasp as much as I could from her.
Bergs is part of the President's Quintet, a scholarship group in the music department. She will also perform at the African American Recognition graduation ceremony on May 20th. We have an update now. Nearly 150 Fresno State volunteers hit the streets earlier this month for Kids Day. A whopping $365,000 was raised for Valley Children's Hospital. Great job, Bulldogs.
There are so many ways Fresno State students are involved in our community, giving blood, giving their time to help children, and inspiring the next generation of Bulldogs. Student artists inspire as well. I'd like to introduce you to Daniel Jansen, who's been creating art for 20 years now. 2 of Daniel Jansen's pieces are currently in the Fresno Arts Council Gallery. One piece is inspired by roadside blossoms in the Reedley area. His peach blossom painting was the result of an artist's nightmare. He was all the way out in the orchard and realized he forgot his paints.
In the midst of my panic, I just closed my eyes and thought, well, what do you have? And so I started looking around in my car, and what I found was M&Ms and coffee.
Jansen's second piece in the gallery, he says, is his favorite, is also not of standard practice. He used the tip of an eraser dipped in an ink pad. The Fresno Arts Council works hand in hand with Fresno Arts Hop events, supporting local artists like Jansen.
There's a place to show your art and various venues for Art Hop, and we're always here to answer questions or help find opportunities.
And Jansen's art has been displayed here at the Conley Art Gallery. He and other students have a chance to display their pieces and compete in the yearly student art show.
So we do our best to develop programming that will bring our community here, and it's a great way to bring awareness of what we're doing here, but also it's also a wonderful way to recruit students too.
The next showcase for the Fresno Arts Council is the Arts Alive agricultural exhibit on April 27th. That is open to the public and will be at the San Joaquin Parkway Trust River Center at 5:30, where Daniel Jansen will be judging the showcases.
It's not often that students get to play with toys while in the class, but for one special classroom on campus, that's exactly what happens. Viviana Hinojo shows us how up-and-coming elementary school teachers are learning how to teach with puppets.
Fresno State students with dreams of one day having a classroom of their own are learning how to incorporate puppetry into their lesson plans.
1, 2, 3, 4. You see that? That's pretty good, huh?
Some had mixed emotions at the start of the semester, not knowing what to expect.
Before, I had a lot of skepticism because, like, what are you going to do in a puppet class? But after the first day, like, just the whole thing is just so fun.
Dr. Nicola Olson is a new professor at Fresno State with a background in theater education. She works with liberal studies majors who want to become elementary school teachers. She says one of the most rewarding parts of the job is seeing the creativity students bring to class.
They just got these abilities to, I don't know, take a sock and bring it to life with googly eyes and a really long tongue and have a lispy voice, right? That is just delightful.
The puppetry class is a service learning course which lets students take what they have learned in class and apply it in their community.
I know you're out here with the Fresno State students from your class. It's a very exciting event, and I see you brought someone with you.
I do. My friend from space. This is, come here. I'm coming. Hello. Wow. This is Squirt.
Inside the Betty Rodriguez Library last week, many other puppetry friends and snacks were waiting for kids to come by and make a puppet. Fresno State students helped teach those who stopped by.
I think it's a great opportunity for them to get a hands-on, especially because there's a lot of kids here.
Kids enjoyed taking photos with their puppets and also got to see a puppet show put on by Fresno State students. At Fresno State, Viviana Hinojo, Fresno State Focus.
Dr. Olson hopes students walk away from her class more confident and believing in the creativity they have to offer the world. If you are hoping to take this class, you can sign up for the Drama 136 in the spring or fall semester. Sunshine, vintage collectibles, and fair food always brings people together in Clovis. Like this past weekend, from books to bikes, toy cars to classic cars, the Old Town Clovis Vintage Market was a shopping highlight. It's been going on for over 30 years.
So me and my buddy Abe, we were coming to get some breakfast for this morning, and we saw the fair and we decided to stay and check it out for a little bit.
A little overwhelming, the wide variety of items, others just grab a wagon or cart in search of treasures. A big attraction was the British Collectible Car Show. With the nice weather, it's getting Clovis ready for rodeo season, which is sports this weekend and Big Hat Days.
At Fresno State, many clubs emphasize giving back to the community. The Farm Workers Advocacy Club is doing exactly that here on campus. Here to join me is Club President Daniela Ventura. Daniela, how you doing?
I'm good. A bit nervous, but okay.
It's okay. So, how long have you been a part of the club, and how long have you been president?
Yeah, so it's a newly established club. It has been an official club since last week. So I've been an official president since last week. So that's...
Oh, so you're new on the job.
Yes, I'm new on the job, yes.
So what inspired you to get into the club?
Yeah, it's like farm worker advocacy. As someone who comes from a farm working background, I felt like it was necessary to give back to those who, contribute to putting food on our table. And like my parents who are farm workers and myself who was once a farm worker, we know the lack of resources we have sometimes, and having a club like that, we can give back to that community and let them know that they are important, that their job is important to all of us.
Absolutely. I love that. So, obviously we're in a pretty big campus. How can students get involved?
Just, asking questions, like going to the tables. Like we have this whole week, we've been having a tabling event for the Farm Worker Advocacy Club week, and writing thank you notes to those farm workers, and just signing up, and not being afraid to engage with other students and ask questions.
Okay. And is there anything else that you would like to add to the viewers watching us?
Yeah. So tonight we're having a documentary screening at the East Engineering Building that documents the life of children who were farm workers.
Well, thank you for all that information, and thank you for coming on the show, Daniela.
All right, no, thank you for having me.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, we see how one building on campus is catching everyone's eye. We also get an update on how our Bulldog baseball team is doing in regular season play.
I got the Bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head. Up in my head. I got that Bulldog spirit up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I got that Bulldog spirit deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that Bulldog spirit down in my toes. Hey. Down in my toes to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit up in my head, deep in my heart, down in my toes. I got that Bulldog spirit all over me to stay. I got that Bulldog spirit
deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that Bulldog spirit.
It is going to be raining for the next couple of days, so we are looking right now at the Resnick Student Union, and so if you get the chance, go ahead and pop into the bookstore. We have a lot of rain gear in there for you. And then for our national outlook, we do have some snow, heavy snow and rain up in the East Coast, and then down here in our southeast, we do have some more of that rain and snow. And then for our western satellite, we do have some counterclockwise snow and rain coming into the Pacific, especially down here in California and the San Francisco area. And then for our highs today, we do have an average of the 50s. Down here we have 59 for Fresno, and then Shaver Lake is 32. And then for our lows, we do have Shaver Lake 27, and then an average of 49, and low 40s, high 40s for the rest of the Central Valley. And then for our air quality, we do have a great air quality today because of all that great rain we're getting. And then for your 7-day outlook, we are looking at a nice average of rain coming in for the next 2 days. And then for the weekend, we have great days for big hot days. So it's going to be nice and sunny and partly cloudy. And I'm Adjoa Akins, and that was your focus on weather.
From well checks and first aid, testing, and treatment to Student Health Center is a big resource for students.
Janice Tatum is live at the Student Health Center with tips to keep students safe while they enjoy spring break. Janice?
I'm with Dr. Robert Mitchell, the medical director here at the Health Center. And Dr. Fentanyl-related deaths continue to rise among young people ages 18 to 35. Can you share with us what Narcan is and what it does?
Yes, sure. Narcan is an opioid reversal medication. And what it essentially does is knock the opioid off of the receptors in the brain and allow someone to start breathing again.
All right, thank you. How is Narcan administered?
Narcan, the medication here, is administered intranasally. So this medication has a spout, and you place it in the nostril, squeeze the splunger, and it introduces the medication into the nasal area.
Okay, thank you. Now, Dr. Mitchell, how important is timing when it comes to administering Narcan?
Oh, it's very important. I was participating in a training and was asked, should they wait to give the Narcan? Should they wait on EMS to give the Narcan? And I replied, absolutely not. You want to give that medication as soon as possible.
Okay, and doctor, if a student wanted to obtain Narcan, where could they go to get that?
They could come right here to the Student Health and Counseling Center. We have it in the front, and all they have to do is ask for it.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell, for sharing us that great information on Narcan. From the Student Health Center, Janice Tatum for Fresno State Focus.
The Peters Building Plaza has a new colorful addition to its walls. Fresno State's art instructor Adam Langotti is working on the mural with students from last fall and this spring semester in his 109 class. The wall has an array of blue and green colored birds signifying the leadership in all of us.
The world, I guess, like the freedom that we have the world in our hands, and from here, like getting any degree we want, we can conquer anything.
The inspiration behind this mural comes from the leaders that Fresno State students are and are becoming. The words "I lead" stand for an inclusive community, leadership, equity, applied experiences, and a diversity of perspectives. The Peters Building Plaza allows for students to have a peaceful spot with tables, benches, the famous Fresno State squirrels, and an array of greenery.
Construction is something we see every day, especially here on our campus. But what goes into all the construction jobs around the San Joaquin Valley? Tony Tovar, branch manager for Southern Carlson Supply Company, is here to tell us more. So Tony, are all construction companies the same, or?
Mostly all the construction supply companies are the same. We're one of probably less than a handful of companies within the city and probably within the Bay Area and the big metropolitan areas.
Oh, wow. So our Resnick Student Union is relatively new now to campus. What type of work and supply goes into a big project like that? How many companies would typically be involved in something?
Something like that, you're talking a lot of trades. I mean, you got your concrete, your rebar layers, your HVACs, your electricians, your plumbers. I mean, you're talking at least 20, maybe probably even more trades.
Oh, wow.
Just to do one building.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And so construction on campus will take longer than we all hoped for. Weather is mostly the reason for that. How does weather impact the construction industry as a whole?
Right now, I mean, with all this rain that we've been getting, it's delayed a lot of the projects. I mean, we've had projects pushed back at least a month, 2 months now, just because one, the humidity on the ground, concrete doesn't sit well with the humidity, so they have to let it air dry, and then they cover it before they lay any concrete down. So basically, I mean, you're waiting at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
Every time it rains.
That's insane. Thank you for coming today, Tony. And if anybody has any questions pertaining to any part of this interview today, please feel free to contact Tony Tovar at Southern Carlson Fresno.
Frenchie and Bully dogs are becoming the top dogs around the country. They certainly are for the Orozco family, who have turned the family love into a family business, as Karina Guevara shows us.
Idania Orozco has been a Frenchie owner for 8 years. She fell in love with her Frenchie named Faithful. She has been with her for 3 years and means a lot to her.
Faith actually came to help us when we lost our main champion, which her name was Cookie. She was here for like a couple of years, and she tragically died. So Faith will help me to come out and keep doing the shows and keep breeding my dogs.
Idania's son also helps his family with their dogs. He is emotionally attached to them and has a Frenchie himself.
After a long day at work, you go home, see the little dogs, play around with them. Kind of helps you with your anxiety as well, keep things like, flow, and you can forget about work and just focus on your little dogs at home.
These adorable Frenchies and Bully dogs are so special that they are well known as champions in the community.
Venom, he's a champion, and Venom's mom, grand champion Cookie, she was actually three times champion. So
That's pretty much it. And Chip, he's on a borderline of becoming a champion too.
So Chip, how does it feel almost being a champion? I think he's just a little camera shy, but what he's trying to say is that he's very excited and he cannot wait to bring the trophy home. Isn't that right, Chip? I'm Karina Guevara, Fresno State Focus.
If you're a dog lover, you will drool over this. When these dogs hit the red carpet, they are ready to flex their cuteness to win the trophy. The Heart of Cali Exotics Dog Show was last weekend. A lot of people were there, but really the stars were the Frenchies and Bullies. There were a lot of winners, music, and so many cute dogs. Coming up on Fresno State Focus, we go behind the scenes to show you how Fresno State athletes are fueled for performance.
And see how one of our Fresno State kickers uses his expertise to help the next generation of football.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
What I love about CMAC is that they provide me with the knowledge,
the equipment, the space to express myself,
to amplify my voice,
to share my story, my story.
My story. Go to cmac.tv/mystory to learn more.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Casares with your focus on sports. Conference play is underway for the Fresno State softball team. The Lady Bulldogs fell short in 2 of their 3 games against San Diego State. A standout on the team this season includes freshman catcher Kennedy Bunker. She is ranked 22nd in the nation in caught stealing thanks to her cannon of an arm. The Lady Bulldogs are in a doubleheader right now against Santa Clara. First game started at 2, and the second game is tonight at 6. Rain caused an early start for the Diamond Dogs against Cal Poly yesterday. The game started at noon instead of 6 because of the weather. The Dogs stared the game down 7-0. Fresno State started to get back on track in the 3rd inning with 2 runs. First baseman Marco Bertelio hit a beautiful line drive for an RBI single. However, the Dogs couldn't put their rally caps on in time, losing 15-5. Fresno State returns Friday to play UCSB at 6. Our student athletes train hard day in and day out for their success. But what is often forgotten is the smaller details, such as nutrition. Dana Clayson takes us behind the scenes to see how our athletics nutrition department fuels our student athletes.
Fresno State Athletics has a strong presence in the Valley, thanks to the success our teams have experienced. These athletes train day in and day out, but not without the help of others. What is often forgotten are the smaller pieces in the puzzle, such as our nutrition department.
Nutrition is important to athletes because, one, it helps with their performance and their everyday life. So as long as they're able to get in good nutrients and food throughout the day, they're able to not only perform in the classroom, but in their sport as well.
The main location Marissa and her team work from is the Myers Family Sports Medicine Center. Here, athletes relax with teammates, grab a snack, and catch up on homework in between classes.
Yeah, it's all about feeding the athletes. So essentially we're preparing foods, we're moving things around campus, we're making sure there's protein sources available in different areas around the campus.
And the other location they have is here at the Moores Whitworth Sports Performance Centre, which is connected to the North Gym, where athletes can also enjoy more nutritious snacks.
There's another one in North Gym. That's where we personally lift, and I really like that we have a new nutrition lounge over there because it's way easier for us to just really quickly grab a snack before or after our lift, before class or before practice or anything like that.
Both nutrition stations are regularly stocked, so snacks are always available. Marissa and her team look to continue to be an important part of the pride of the Valley. At the Myers Family Sports Medicine Center, Athena Clayson, Fresno State Focus.
Thanks, Athena, and that's your Focus on Sports.
It has been almost 2 years since football star Cesar Silva last played at Bulldog Stadium. Silva still has a home here. He trains at Valley Children's Stadium, and while his football career aspirations may be different now, one thing remains: his passion to give back.
Cesar Silva's childhood dream was to play soccer at the highest level.
It's like my first love, and I just decided to try and pursue it.
Silva is now playing for Cal Odyssey, a semi-pro team in Fresno. This is his first step in reaching his goal of making it to the top flight.
My main goal in life is to always reach my fullest potential, and whatever my full potential is in soccer, it would be that.
From football to football, Silva was the kicker at Fresno State from 2019 to 2021. He was a starter for a season and a half and even tried out for the pros.
I was very happy with my last year and my last 2 years and the way I did my pro day. And I know I gave it all I had, and I learned a lot throughout it.
One can say football stalled his childhood dream, but in reality, it shaped him into the person he is today.
He doesn't kick pigskins anymore, but he continues to stay connected to the sport by coaching kids of all ages.
What you mean? Silva is on a journey, training kids to where he once was, playing at the Division I level.
I think that would be my greatest ability, just being able to help them learn from my experiences. That way they don't have to learn the hard way.
But he's still learning himself while coaching and mentoring others.
There's a process of reciprocity in that interaction, right? So Cesar is learning. He is the coach, but he's also learning to adjust his coaching style to be able to meet the players' needs.
No matter how big the group is, each coaching point he makes relates to everyone around him.
It's about consistency. I mean, he's helped me learn that. Changed a couple things in my kicking and helped me learn to be more consistent.
Which is why he's always studying film on his players and on the pros he hopes to one day play with, so that every time he hits the pitch, he's giving his all.
Next week is spring break, and there won't be any newscasts, but don't worry.
We made sure to have all of our reporters let you know what they'll be up to over the spring break.
For spring break, I will be going to the opening day of the Oakland A's baseball game.
For spring break, I'm going to sunny San Diego.
For spring break, I'm heading to Vegas. Bye!
And I'm going to be beach chilling in Newport.
So for my spring break, I'm definitely not sleeping in and waking up super early at 6 a.m. to come to work here at the radio station, but it's okay because I love what I do.
Hi, my name's Alyssa Saldivar, and for my spring break, I will be going to Disneyland.
So for my spring break, I will be here at the bakery, working at the market, probably decorating some of these bunny cookies and some egg cookies as well.
I'll be spending my spring break? Well, I've got lots and lots of painting to do. I hope you have a great spring break.
For spring break, I'm going to be inside the Africana Studies program, planning more of our fun and exciting events coming up in April.
I don't know what I'll be doing this spring break is pretty much this right here.
So, I mean, I wasn't in there, but I will be going down to San Diego and then working my way up the coast. What about you?
I'm going to Newport, so technically if you're working your way up the coast, I'll be right there.
Hey, I love the beach. I love Newport, so I'll probably catch you there.
Exactly. I'm stoked for that. Looking forward to it.
Have some clam chowder, be at the beach.
Can't beat that vibes, dude.
At all.
Morale is too high for that.
Spring break for a whole week, can't beat that.
Yeah, never. It's going down.
Cool. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you in 2 weeks after spring break.